recording for this. As much as I love the Stardew Valley music, I'm switching over to Pretzel Rocks. Pretzel Rock? No, it's Pretzel Rocks. Because the tendency of Stardew to pop in, pop out, pop in, pop out. God, why are you telling me about a scarecrow? Oh, thank God. Yeah, we'll go find Robin's axe today. Wait, can I just make a scarecrow as is? Son of a bitch, I can. Okay, well, I'll definitely do that today. Before I leave. Just watered the ground. Who needs efficient energy usage? Not me. Okay, it's embarrassing. Realizing that I've been able to make a scarecrow this whole time. We could have not lost that one single bean plant. The humanity. No, it's not a big deal, but... it is a little... a little frustrating. Not even frustrating, like slightly embarrassing that I didn't realize it sooner. I'm assuming it needs stuff I can find on my farm, right? Nope. Yep, cool. Here I'm like, maybe I'll buy a scarecrow. Buddy, you don't need to buy a scarecrow. Well, maybe I will. You don't need to. Grandpa, you don't need to. Fuck. Yeah, drop that just for a moment. There we go. This is a terrible place for you, actually. So, you are in... Scarecrows are a... Is it an 8x8 square, or is it an 8x8 lot? It's an 8x8 circle. Right, I hate mapping this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Above it? Yes, so 9. Right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that are covered by it. Cool. And when it becomes relevant, I'll fuck with it. And it doesn't cover all the beans, but I don't care that much about the beans. I care about this. And I'm gonna want shit over here later anyway, so... yeah. That works. That works for me. Let's go find Robin's axe. Hopefully find some other stuff in the forest while we're down there to sell. Then we'll swing back on through at the museum to donate some stuff. And then we go back to the mine, I guess. Because that's... No, we go back to our house because I have the fucking watering can on me because I am a very smart person. I'm a very smart person with excellent inventory management skills. Well. We are at a level where I kind of need slightly better... Well, okay, not need. I could use better equipment. I could have used better equipment this entire time, but particularly now with those golems, I want to say what they are. The boys we were doing, like, 1 damage to. Yeah, they get fairly annoying. Now, you can pretty easily just run away from them, but I'd like to... Me want to kill. I want to clear out the mines. 5 spring onions, not a bad haul. Not, you know... Daddy ain't getting a new pair of shoes out of those, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, no, absolutely feeling like I made the right choice in saying goodbye to Stardew's music and hello to vibin'. I think it stopped raining. I was thinking I'd like to go down to the beach today, actually. It's been pouring rain, and when I say go down to the beach, where I'm at is a very rocky beach. To help protect from erosion, mostly. I should be bringing the hoe with me when I'm walking around. And I like climbing down on the rocks right by the water so I can get... unique, not even unique, but just certain perspectives with photos that I take, or just to be closer to the sea life and to be further away from people. Obviously, you don't really want to be climbing around rocks, rough rocks by the water in the rain. I'm not stupid, right? So that's part of why I didn't go out earlier to do it. But I still, you know, kind of have the inclination. Maybe some other day. Cauliflower seeds. Oh. I could have had those... No, I couldn't. I couldn't have had those any earlier. The ancient, or the circle thing we just turned in, I didn't have prior to now. So, no waste of time. We can go plant the cauliflower back at home. Have I talked to you, Elliot? I don't recall. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Oh, fuck, it was Vincent's birthday yesterday. Whatever, year one. I don't try that hard with the relationships. I know I don't have stuff that anyone wants. I'm not growing gold stuff. I'm more interested in just trying to make money. And it's not like Lewis gave me a glowing response to what I gave him. The only motivator, I think, is so if you want to have someone to dance with at the dance, that might be a motivator for you. Not for me, because the romance, it doesn't do much for me. We have 9, which is just enough to do... Summon a giant cauliflower. Summon a bigger boy. Oh no. No, it's not a bean. I can walk on this. This doesn't have a trestle, but for some reason in my mind I'm like, that has a trestle. You're not going to be able to water the one in the middle. And I felt, for a brief moment, I had the hoe on me. Man, I wish I had the hoe on me. Says a dummy with the hoe on them. It's fine. It's fine. It's really weird, and I don't... This is not a complaint. It's very weird to have so much free time. There's another one. I should just keep the fucking hoe on me, because any one of these could be a dinosaur, fossil, any of these could be, like, any of the really rare things. I need to quit leaving it at home. Yeah, I do like the inventory space, particularly because we have an upgraded inventory size now, but it's not worth potentially missing out on something that vital. Well, not vital, but that... useful. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. I don't know you, that's my purse. That's my purse, I don't know you. Sorry, that's how it goes. But it's really weird having all this fucking free time. It's nice. And I certainly don't mean to complain about it. But I want to hang out with people. And, like, the people I want to hang out with are busy. And, like, I can travel to see folks, and they can't travel to see me, and even if I traveled to see them, they wouldn't really have the time to do much with me. That's a little sad. Oh, fuck, I just remembered there's someone, who I would really like to see, who messaged me the other night, and I opened it and didn't respond to it. Oops. Yeah, I have friends and, you know, exes all over the United States. Some of them, you know, obviously, I miss more than others. Some of them I want to see more than others. And some of them want to see me more than others. Which is to say, some of them want to see me less than others. But I don't know. Not to go off on another anti-capitalist tirade, but it's so sad how many of us long for things or people or opportunities in our lives. Like, we love to go travel and see people that we love, or places that we miss, or, you know, whatever else. And it's not really that traveling is expensive, though it can be. But the cost of travel is hyperinflated by our emphasis on, you know, an automobile-based infrastructure rather than trains or locomotives, which are the same thing. But you know what I mean, in kind of national federal public transit. Yeah, Amtrak is a thing, but also Amtrak is way too expensive for what it is because it doesn't get the kind of federal funding that it should. I want that amethyst, but I don't have the energy. So we'll just break a couple more rocks and we'll leave. We'll leave. Goodbye. 7 p.m. and I'm already out of energy. Story of my life. But yeah, I've been, that's been on my mind today and yesterday, and it made me a little melancholy, to be honest, thinking about, like, really cool people I know, or really cool people I'd like to get to know better, and that don't live near me. Like, talking with someone and being like, oh my god, I just, like, I want to go get coffee with you. I want to go hang out. No. We don't do real instruments on this channel. Oh god. It's thumbs down. I'd love to go get coffee with you, or, like, go on a walk by the beach, or get some, and not really pizza most of the time, but, like, go get boba tea. Like, the other week, maybe? I was, like, hardcore craving a boba tea and, like, pho date. Like, I can take myself. It's just fine. But it's not the same. It's not the same. And I can go with, like, folks I know around here, but I've already done that, and I enjoy doing that, but there's people I haven't done it with, or people who I haven't done much with. That sounds really fun to do stuff like that with. I think I've for a long time had kind of an inclination towards long distance dating. Like, I fall for people pretty easily. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I would never change it about myself. I'm fond of being overly romantic. Not overly. I'm fond of being romantic. There we go. Don't cut your own... Don't take your own legs out from under you. Oh my god, what? Undermine yourself. Be self-sabotaging. I don't know. There's some way I wanted to express that. I really enjoy that about myself. My enthusiasm, willingness, and joy with falling for new people, especially falling for people, like, just enthusiastically and unapologetically. I really love doing that, and I don't want to stop doing that. I hope I don't. It can be difficult, and it can be a lot, and it, you know, if you aren't emotionally well-adjusted, like I wasn't as a teenager, it can be difficult to manage, and confusing, and scary, and, you know, all sorts of other things. That doesn't have to be. can just be soft and sweet and fun and romantic and enjoyable if you don't try to... Relationships aren't escalators, right? Relationships aren't stairs. They don't need to be building up and up and up and up and up with some eventual end of marriage and, you know, living together or even hooking up or even kissing or even holding hands. Lewd. Doing that outside of marriage? Tisk tisk. But, yeah. We have a lot of cultural values, particularly in the United States, and Western world generally, and again, I don't have firsthand experience outside of that. I have academic experience, but I'm not going to talk. Relationships are so often described as and imagined as being progressive things, like, first you do this, then you do this, then you do this, then you do this, like this whole idea of, like, first base, second base, third base, whatever the fuck. That whole nonsense. Relationships don't have to grow to be important relationships. They don't have to develop into something else. The dynamic doesn't need to change. It will change, though, right? Like, people change, relationships change, situations change. That's fine and normal and oftentimes beautiful. The dynamism of the human experience and human spirit is terrifying and invigorating all at the same time. But this expectation that if you like someone, well, you're gonna talk, and then you're gonna go out on a date, and then you'll hold hands, and maybe you'll kiss, and then maybe you'll have sex in this certain way, and then sex in this other certain way, and then you'll be dating, and then you'll date for a certain amount of time, and then you'll move in together, and then after you move in together, you'll, like, adopt a pet together, and then after you get a pet together, you probably get married, or the other way around, and then after getting married, you'll have kids, and then after having one kid, you'll have another, and then yada yada, you'll buy a fucking house, and etc, etc. There's this series of ever-intensifying commitments in this very linear fashion. The thing is, to some people, hooking up is not a big deal. There's some people that could have sex with someone and not form an attachment as strongly as they might if they kiss someone. Or they would have sex with someone, but they would never want to be on a date with that person, or never really want to think about them romantically. Does that diminish or whittle their relationship? No. No, but in the commonly perpetuated framework that I was raised with, and I feel like so many of us were raised with, yes, it's condemned, or it's treated as bad, immoral, quite often. Very immoral is the way it's described and treated. That's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. Just let people like each other how they like each other, and get along how they get along, and express that in a way that they're both enjoying, that's satisfying them both, that's exciting them both. I wish so much when I were younger, when I was, you know, reaching puberty and really starting to get strong romantic and sexual attraction and feelings towards people. God, I wish I could sit down 11-year-old me and be like, hey, so yeah, you have some gender dysphoria. Maybe you should think about that. Here's, like, some safe people to talk to. But my parents weren't really that people. You know, they weren't bigoted, but it's not really something they had a lot of experience with. And I was deeply religious at the time, so I just went straight to a river in Egypt, if you will, straight into denial. And like, hey, you like people of all kinds of different genders and sexes and gender expressions. That's okay. Rather than having a crush on a good friend of mine at the time and then being like, having like an existential little queer crisis about it. But more so than either of those things, which would have been fucking game changers for me. Absolute game changers for me. Jazz, we talk every day. You know me. I hope you... Fuck you, Jasmine. I wish someone had talked to me about, like, ethical non-monogamy. About relationship anarchy. I'm not a relationship anarchist, but I get it. I'm very sentimental, so there's some stuff I hiccup with and trouble with, and I think I have an inclination for insecurity, for needing more affirmation than I let on, and in not expressing my need for that affirmation or ways that I feel it because I get embarrassed, or I, you know, for whatever reason, am not always good at asking for it. That can lead to insecurity and resentment, self-image and self-worth problems I can occasionally have can make me doubt if people actually like me or why they would ever like me, and that can be really difficult. And, you know, there's no perfect way to have relationships. But I wish that somebody had taught me it's okay to like more than one person at a time. There are healthy, respectful ways to engage in that and explore that and share that with those people. And you don't have to feel like you're evil because of it. You don't need to demonize yourself and like try to castrate those feelings from yourself. You can just engage with it in a way that's fun and safe and fulfilling and exciting and rewarding and really beautiful for everybody involved. Oh, if only, right? But so much of the reason why I wish I'd been taught that, wish I'd been helped like that, isn't purely for my benefit. I could have been such a better partner to so many people. I could have been such a better friend to so many people. I could have just been a better person in so many ways. And that bothers me. That bugs me. I think these might be done. Let's give it a try. Well, if I fuck it up, I didn't pay anything for these anyway, so let's give this a try. These do not seem to be done. Okay. Well, thank God that doesn't work if they're not done. Back to the mines, baby. But as I was talking about pornography and like the nature of the internet when I was younger, I think in a lot of ways the same things kind of... I mean, I spoke a little bit about like queer circles, especially internet queer circles, online queer circles, and the difficulty of finding and building those, and accessibility to those, and also the existence of those was not as prolific as it is now. And calling it prolific now, maybe it is, but it also seems to downplay the work yet to be done, right? As far as normalization goes, and as far as so much goes. I don't know. It's easy to wish for the way things have been different, or been better, but they weren't for a reason. Things were the way they were for material reasons, and it's very hard to imagine realistically ways that they could have been not the way that they were. And I lived a lot of my life as a young adult. A lot of my life as a young adult, living in that kind of nostalgic regret, longing, and want. I'm so glad to be at a part in my life where there are things in the past I might get embarrassed by, or wish I could change, or feel like, wow, things could have been so different if I had X, Y, or Z, or knew this, or done that, or had just believed this, or, you know, whatever else. But it's not in a, like, we gotta go back kind of attitude anymore. I'm not dying. I'm pretty happy where I am. Could be better, yeah, but like, pretty happy. I'm really proud of my quiet life that I built for myself. I'm really proud of the meaningful relationships I've maintained. I'm incredibly proud of the person I've become, the ways that I've grown. And I'm encouraged by ways that I see that I can continue to grow, ways that I want to continue to grow and change, not feeling like life is a fucking dead end, or I'm a big old know-it-all who's done it all. How did that not kill you? It's rude. It's rude. I dropped a bomb for you and it did nothing. Except, like, teleportation. Yeah, I especially when I crush on people who are far away from me. Just, God. Why the fuck can't we just teleport? Why has nobody done that yet? I just want to not... No, I want to be here, but I would like to also be somewhere else. I would like to have full range of mobility and freedom. And the thing is, you know, teleportation literally doesn't exist, but figuratively or metaphorically, it sort of exists for some people. It's not instantaneous, but the fantastically wealthy have private aircraft, have preferential treatment and prioritization when it comes to transportation infrastructure. They can get to places to see people they care about at a much greater level of convenience and ease than us plebs down at the bottom. Like, I wasn't able to go back to Indiana to... Ooh, we're keeping that. We're keeping that. Goodbye, sap. Now, the Omni Geode might just have garbage in it, but an Omni Geode could also have iridium in it. So that's a good get. You know, I wasn't able to visit for that wedding, and I feel bad about that. The amount that I spent to go to this wedding this last month was, way more than I was wanting to spend, and in retrospect, I don't regret it. It was a very valuable experience, and it meant a lot to the folks getting married. It mean a lot to me. But goddamn. Goddamn. Like, if that hadn't been... I spent more than $1,000, maybe like close to $2,000 all told. Would have been nice to not do that. Would have been nice for that to be free, right? Of course it would. The financial burden of relationships. Okay, so the fucked up thing is we almost definitely have a ladder in here. I just don't know where it is, and I can't fucking see. So I'm gonna do another loop, and I'm just gonna right-click, but I think we leave. I think we leave, because I don't know where the exit is. Hello? Hello? I don't know. Even for my own benefit, I'd love to just travel and go to Chicago. Hey, I found it! Go to Chicago and go to the Field Museum, because it's my happy place. The Field Museum and the Art Institute of Chicago are absolutely my happy place. And oh god, I want to go there so bad. Just hang out and walk through their halls and look at the exhibits that, you know, I've seen dozens of times in my life, but I'm always able to pull something slightly new or refreshing out of it. Or at least to reflect upon how my understanding of the works of art or the exhibits has changed over time and feel a sense of personal growth or progress or change and kind of ruminate on that for a while. That's really satisfying. I don't have that relationship so much with the museums here. They're fine. And I really like some of the stuff at Mohai, and the Burke I really like. But I don't have that nostalgic attachment to them. Oh, fuck. I was about to say we only need one more level to get to 35 and hit another landmark. Or, quick, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Another 5 level shortcut. There we go. But, like, parts of living in Chicago are deeply unappealing. A lot of parts about living in Chicago are deeply unappealing. In contrast to Seattle, at least. Okay, geode go in here, that goes in here, this goes in here, that goes in there, that stays with me, this gets diagnosed tomorrow, donated tomorrow. Hopefully not diagnosed. These 3 get sold. Bada, 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 bada. What's my energy at? 17? I can break a few more rocks. Like, there's folks I care about that live, like, just outside of Seattle. That I see, like, once a year, maybe. Not because traveling is hard, just because people are trying to work to survive, don't have a lot of free time. And even if they have free time, might not have energy or might be spending... Oh, so much time and energy just, you know, emotionally recharging or trying to recuperate that it's really difficult to meet up. I know a lot of this from experience, especially working a late night job like someone I really care about is doing right now. It's psychologically devastating. Not like all at once, but slowly and insidiously it is psychologically devastating. Working at night, all night, every night. Not really being awake during the day. You, in a weird way, kind of lose some sort of feeling of connection with the rest of the world. It's there, it's tangential, but you become keenly aware of this sense that other people live in a world that's next to yours or adjacent to yours, but one that you can't really inhabit with them. You know, you can see each other in passing, but only in passing. And particularly for my job, working at a high-end condominium for wealthy people, it extenuated and really highlighted and emphasized the class difference there as well. I was just... Yeah, I was treated kindly by the folks there. Oh man, the path got closed up. God damn it. What am I doing, dipshit? You have a pickaxe, just... But the class difference between, like, when I'd go in at night, people would say, wow, yeah, you look so tired. I'm like, yeah, I am. Because I'm here 8 or 10 hours a night. 4 or 5 days a week. Alone. Handling a lot of things on my own. There's no effective management. So many of the other employees don't do things right, or they cut corners, or they don't care. I can't really blame them, but they made my life harder because at the end of the night, it's the 13th. Oh, okay. Yep, should go do that. Because at the end of the night, I was the one that people would see when they got home and they're like, hey, why is this still not done? What's going on with this? Or if something happened during the day and people were just getting home for it, I was the one people would ask, hey, what the fuck is going on with this? And working for rich people, they are incredibly entitled. Because wealth provides them with such an access to convenience, they become accustomed to and presumptive of that convenience, that their wealth somehow separates them from the rest of the world, and that they shouldn't be inconvenienced, and if something is taking longer than they want, then you're the fucking problem and you need to fix it. There's a lot of entitlement that comes with wealth. And God, that was exhausting. Like, you pay me an okay wage to be here. Good enough? No, not at all. But an okay wage. I still don't love dealing with your bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna go around to the north because I'm pretty sure once we go in and we leave, it fast forwards to the end of the day. So I just want to check if there's anything to pick up here, or any worms to dig up. And we're gonna festival today. We're not gonna go back into the mines. Today is the day we've been grinding for, I guess. Gonna spend it all on strawberry seeds. Plant those sons of guns. Maybe I should... Nah, if I do it tomorrow, it's fine. I was gonna say maybe I should go and hoe up the field already, so it's all ready to go, and I can just get them planted today so they get one more day in their growth cycle and possibly one more fruiting. It's fine. Hey! Thank you. Thank you kindly. 67. Ah, too short. It's not even nice. I interact with Lewis to get this whole egg hunt started. Yeah, let's get going, bud. I'm not seeing any eggs right now. What the fuck? The fuck? Maybe they haven't spawned in yet, but yes. I don't see any. I see one. Like panic, picnic. One in there. Two in there. One down here, one there. Okay. I forget the total you need. But I got this. I hope. If I don't, well, we've already got enough to get some reward. I don't love going left here. No, but there's one there, and I'm thinking there might be one up there. Right? Well, unless Jasmine's about to pick it up. Or... You're not Jasmine! I forget your name. I got married to you in one run, and I still don't remember your name. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I hope 9 is enough. Because I can't quite get 10. I think it's 12? It can't be 12 for the it could be 12 for the end reward. Is it 7 the threshold you have to beat? Let's see. It's me. Okay. Alright. Maybe it's only 7. Oh, right, you only get the fucking straw hat year 1. Year 2, if you win again, you get a lot of money. But at the beginning, they're like, here you go. Here's a old-timey farm hat. Oh, boy. An old-timey farm hat you shouldn't have. We're gonna just get some of these in the ground quick and dirty. Am I gonna finish here? No. Unfortunately, we are not gonna get all of them in. That's okay. Nope, didn't mean to water that. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3. God, I love strawberries. Strawberries were for the longest time, you dumbass. Yeah, just water that untilled ground, Alex. That'll help. Water strawberries were for the longest time my favorite fruit. They're still up there. Pineapple's really up there, though. And I've been growing in my appreciation for mango. Mango's real fucking good. Real fucking good. Like, it's really good for you, and it's, like, satisfying to eat. Like, mango's a contender, dog. It is absolutely a contender. Can I get 4 more in? Yes. Yes, I can, but I should stop there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more row. No, we gotta quit. We gotta quit. And now I might be using most, if not all, of my energy every day on just the crepes. And just planting crepes, growing crepes, watering crepes. We're a crepesman now. Professional crepesman. Oh. As a child, though, apparently, especially as a baby, my favorite fruit or vegetable was tomato. Like, I'd just eat whole-ass raw tomatoes. Which, you know, cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of a weird one, right? At least I feel like it's kind of an odd choice. You know, no insult intended if tomatoes are your favorite, but why the fuck did I like tomatoes? Like, they're rich and flavorful, and they're pretty good for you. They have a decent amount of choline. They're not like a really good source of choline, but they're a good like secondary or tertiary source of choline. Yeah, I don't know. Like, my opinion on tomatoes now are like they're best sun-dried, roasted, sautéed, cooked. As a kid, nah, raw. Put tomato in my mouth. Not even like cut up into slices, just like taking big old juicy messy fucking bites out of them. I was a weird child. Still are. Still am weird. Pineapple I really enjoy. Pineapple I started eating when I was a teenager because I'm sure many of you read the same articles as a kid, or as a teenager or young adult. Like, my motivator at first was when I was like in one of my first relationships. Self-conscious about, like, how do I make my cum taste better? You can't, really. It's about diet. It's about diet and hydration. Like, if you have a very heavily protein, meat, fatty-based diet, that's not going to make any of your bodily excretions smell or taste particularly good. But if you get natural sugars, if you get certain enzymes, if you're very well hydrated, that can make a noticeable difference. And because I was an insecure little shit, that was something that was like hyper important to me. Now, you know, it's like a courtesy thing. Like, yeah, you know, I take care of myself. Like, if I'm gonna hook up with someone, I'm probably like showering before, right? And I'm definitely shaving before, but that's yeah, that's courtesy, but that's also just, like, that's how I like my body to look and feel. So, you know, you don't have to have the best intentions to pick up good habits. You can do good things or healthy things with ulterior motives, and it'd still be a net positive for you. We're getting close here. I think this is the last row. Yeah, this is absolutely the last row. Rut row, Raggy. The last row I can do for today. Yeah, we're fine. Well, I probably don't go in the mine today, seeing as I have no energy for which to mine. Let's go find for stuff. Let's donate that arrowhead. Ah, we can go visit Crimbobulus, Krampus, Crimbus, horseradish-loving man. Did I ever find that? Oh my god, I never got the axe. I never got the axe. Oh, misplay. Bad streamer. Streamer forgot. 5 head, SMH. Keck, etc. Yeah, I forgot about that. 250. It would have let us get a couple more. It might have let us get to the honored 69 strawberry seeds rather than a mere 67, but I'll take it, dude. What we got is fine. It's like right... Yep. It's over here. Well, we'll go back to Robin. Oh, it's Robin's. It's not Leah's. Why did I think that was Leah's? She's definitely not the carpenter. I guess because she does some statuary or wood carving. Made me think of her. You hear any banging inside my hut? I wouldn't mention it anyway. I'm a considerate neighbor. Okay, alright. This is a weird thing, as are many subjects I branch off to unprompted, spontaneously. You know how, people who are bad at flirting would be like, if I were there right now, what would we be doing? Hee hee. And how that extends to, like, people promoting, I don't know, like thread titles or image titles that are sexy or horny or whatever. Like, if you woke up to me, what would you do? Probably be very concerned. I'd probably be confused and concerned, like, who the fuck are you? Where the fuck am I? What the hell is going on? I would not be like, oh yeah, let's bang. Who the fuck does that? Who the hell wakes up next to a complete ass stranger? Probably in a place they don't even recognize, and it's just like, well, they're super sexy, so like, sure. Yeah. I mean, maybe I could work up to that, but my first reaction would not be like, banging. It'd be like, why are you in my apartment? How did I get here if I'm not in my apartment? Who the fuck are you? I don't know, horny posting and a lot of like horny flirtations are, they're weird. They're weird if you put any amount of, like, what would I actually do in that situation? Be deeply concerned. Or, like, if you walked in on me, what would you do? Apologize. Probably. Be like, oh, sorry, I didn't know anyone was in here. Or, just sorry, or politely just, like, close the door and walk the fuck away. Just because you know, just because you wake up next to someone who's naked, like even if you're dating them or married to them, you don't have access to them sexually unless it is enthusiastically, openly communicated and consented to, right? And just because you happen to walk in on someone when they're like getting off or they're in a vulnerable or revealing position or situation, like walking on someone getting off, just because you're there and they're in a sexual circumstance does not oblige you or mean in any way that you should have access to their sexual experience or them as a sexual creature. No. So, like, the entire premise of, like, this entire... I wouldn't call it a genre of, like, horny posting, but, you know, this phenomena, this horny phenomena, it doesn't really resonate with me. For me, it's more just, like, weird. Weird and, like, vaguely uncomfortable in the same way that, like, ooh, I just turned 18, what would you do? Or, like, those kind of vibes. Like, nothing. I don't know you. Also, I'm, like, not in the neighborhood of 18 anymore, and, like, that is an inappropriate age gap, even if it's technically legal. Wait, no. I don't know. A lot of things targeted towards cishet dudes is creepy. Just like straight up creepy and troubling. It's very easy to have good, fun, enthusiastic, giving sexual relationships and a healthy sex life in a way that is not just incredibly predatory and creepy. It's so easy. It's so easy to be a decent human being. It's so easy. It's so easy. Okay, that rice has changed color. So I think, yeah, I can gather this now. I need a fucking mill for this? You tell me a mill made this rice? An unmill made this rice? Yeah, okay, that joke isn't working here. You tell me a shrimp fried this rice? Okay, well, that's not making me money now. What do I want to do? I need more energy. I'll eventually get that when the hot spring opens. No one I really want to talk to. Oh, let's just while our time away making copper. Just hang out over here. Pump out a lot of copper bars. I think you need... I don't remember how many copper bars you need for each of the tools. And even if I did, I think you still need copper for something else. And even if I'm wrong, I could just sell the copper and this would be a misplay, and who really cares? It's a video game that's supposed to be very relaxing, but instead activates all the worst part of my anxiety. And I think this is our last day for the day, and for the hour at least. Because we're at, what, 52, 53 minutes? It snuck up fast. Been streaming for a good 4.5 hours. Pretty good. Pretty good. If I stream again tonight, oh, it's probably not going to be anything super involved. It's probably going to be Islanders or Stardew Valley, or it's going to be a Let's Talk kind of format. Just like hang out, talk, vibe, chill, go off on more tirades, which is just like all of my content. It's all very self-indulgent. It's great. It's great. I love it. And contrasting streaming for me and streaming for fun with early on when I first started trying to get into streaming and making stuff for YouTube, where I was so obsessed with what would do well and what people were watching and what viewership was like and how many follows I was getting and how many subscriptions and donations. And like, if you haven't noticed, I've had the notifications for that shit turned off for a while. I don't thank people for following. If it's somebody's first time in chat, I don't mention it. If somebody subscribes, I'll say thanks, but I won't say their name most of the time. Like, I don't do so much of the hype stuff, because I'm not trying to... I'm not here to try to build this into a career, right? Or into an income revenue. It'd be nice. Income revenue? Revenue stream? Income stream? Income source? Revenue stream? You know, conflated the two. It'd be nice, don't get me wrong, but... Nah. Profit motive. Again, profit motive, I think, destroyed the best spirit of the content that I made. I'm doing this achievement run with da-da-da-da-da. And like, yeah, you can get attention out of that. Because people like me, it was the way I consumed Paradox adjacent media when I first started getting into Paradox interactive games. I looked up guides, I looked up other people playing the same thing I did to try to get ideas, see what worked, see what didn't work. I engage with the community that way, right? But I don't want to do that. I want to talk about games through critical and analytical lenses. I want to sit down and have meaningful interactions and conversations about the world we live in, the games we play, the people we are, the way that we act, we think, we create, we live. I want more, right? So if it's just me talking at a window or a wall, lyrics immediately pop into my head, that's okay. That's okay. And if I get to hang out with some folks I got to hang out with for a little bit today in chat, old friends or friends I've made through streaming or people who I just crush on, dog, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I don't need a big audience. And when you think about the average person has a friend group that's less than 10, typically 5 or less, in immediate social circles that go out to a few dozen, maybe 100 on the high end. Even having a stream where you talk to 3 people, 4 people, or having a YouTube video that's seen a dozen times is exponentially more of a reach than most people have in the shit that they throw up on social media or the circles that they immediately talk to. Like, it's a God, I'm gonna go off on this, but it's like a billionaire-millionaire comparison, right? If you're making 50,000 a year, 60,000 a year, you're probably living okay comfortably, right? You're not wealthy and you're not super financially secure, but you're doing okay. And the contrast to that to someone who has millions is probably, you know, contrast between streamer who has, you know, an audience of dozens to someone who has hundreds of thousands, right? But you got to contrast that with the massive amount of YouTube channels and Twitch profiles that never get off the ground, that never make affiliate, that never get any kind of traction at all. But because of the structure of these profit motive sites, these social media sites trying to motivate you to get bigger and bigger and bigger and do more and more and more and grow and grow and grow and get that revenue, get those Bezos bucks. It's never satisfying. I mean, even streamers who make a consistent living off of this can agonize about growth, even though they're making a respectable amount of money. It's a headspace I don't envy and I don't really want to fall into. Anyway, that self-indulgent bit over. I think we're wrapping up for this hour, and I think for today, right? Who be streaming? Who be streaming? Man, Justin's subathon is still going. That's fucking crazy. It's like 5:30. It's not late here at all. But I'm hog tired, dog tired. I'm tired. So I think I'm gonna get out of here. So until tomorrow, I'm gonna say thanks for hanging out. And until then, toodaloo, take care. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.